What's up guys? Welcome back to this channel. I am Justin Colby, and on this video, I asked the simple question, is Gary Vee right about Bitcoin? Check it out. What's up everybody? I am Justin Colby and welcome back to this channel. I talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. On this video, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite people on the planet, Mr. Gary Vee himself, and whether he's actually right in this video about Bitcoin. For those of you who have not followed my channel for long, you will see several cryptocurrency videos in the past handful that I've done. The reason being, I'm so heavy on content with cryptocurrency, it is going through the roof. Now, if this is your first video, I want to make sure you smash that like button, and as a matter of fact, go back and watch some of my other videos that I talk about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and the like, to talk about good investment strategies, at least the kind that I'm using when investing in crypto. Go to those videos, smash the like button as always, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I talk all things business, real estate, and entrepreneurship. Investing is part of business, so I treat this as part of business. Now let's get to the point. Gary Vee has easily been known as one of those individuals has called his shot. He has said Uber is going to be as big as it has now become. He has talked about Instagram, he has talked about LinkedIn, he has talked about Twitter, he has talked about 𝐏𝐫𝐢𝐯𝐚𝐭𝐞, and when he talks about it, it usually means he's a part of the game. He's putting his money where his mouth is, and recently, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin specifically has been a massive subject that even our guy Gary Vee has put a video together.
This is a big deal. I don't know either. You got something on it? Blockchain is a protocol. I guess it's an infrastructure. I don't know what people are calling it. What is it, a protocol? So, I don't talk about it a lot because as you can tell, I don't even know every terminology. I've been paying attention. I bought Bitcoin 4 years ago. I'm watching.
Now, some of the things that he has said are some of the obvious. This is something that is bigger than most people can understand. In fact, to be completely honest, I know very little about cryptocurrency. I have a very elemental understanding of it. However, I understand just enough to feel okay about my investments. Now, one thing that is obviously that he says is there is no central bank.
Blockchain is creating infrastructure around trust, and trust between all of us with each other, with nobody in between, not central banks, not leasing companies, not even governments. I think that it has the potential to create the global next war because it's so big.
It's not being governed by anything. There's no government involved, and that is massive. He actually references that this actually could take the world powerhouses down, such as Russia, China, the United States. And I mean that by simply saying it's governed by the people. Governments don't love the idea of having something that they don't have control over. Now, in my opinion, I actually believe that that is right to some extent. The problem that I see, and he even references it, is would the governments really allow that to happen? He references it in part of this video.
I think it's youth naivete that says Russia and China and America can't do anything about it. It is literally the thing that can undermine them.
Yeah.
They're not that interested in that.
Now, I would also say the thing about cryptocurrency and this thing called Bitcoin is Bitcoin has become more of a brand. He also talks about that in the video. The Bitcoin actually is the most prominent of cryptocurrencies, and reason being is there's a finite amount of them. People are having to dig them up, or they call them miners, and I don't even know what that means, and it sure as hell isn't people in a mine like we think of from 1920s or even before that. It is on the computer and they are mining Bitcoin. Now, to my understanding, there's only 2 million of these left, and because of that, the value has skyrocketed north of $40,000. Now, as I shoot this video right now, it has taken a massive drop to $34,000. I literally shot a video yesterday regarding this subject, and it broke 40,000. Today it's at 34,000. This is why cryptocurrency is so volatile, and for some, maybe you don't have the stomach to make those investments. As I've always said, I am not a licensed investment advisor at any level. I just talk about what I do, and hopefully that can help you in what decisions you make. Now, what I do really appreciate about what Gary Vee does say about this is he doesn't believe the government ultimately would be willing to allow this to go on ungoverned. He mentions things such as this could be so big that it creates an actual real world war. I just don't believe, again, this could be very naive, but I don't believe that the US and Russia and China and the superpowers are gonna allow the people to run something. I'm not saying this is right. I'm simply saying I believe the governments would suppress the people in that case, which is a very dangerous thing. We all can appreciate that. But he does bring that up, and I think he could be dead on about the government coming in and suppressing it to some level. Now, will they take over cryptocurrency? Will there be something of that nature? He doesn't speak to that. But I will tell you, he thinks it's going to go big, and he says really big. I also tend to agree with him there. I think Ethereum has a better baseline than Bitcoin, and that is just the simple elementary understanding of what Ethereum is, which is really the blockchain itself that everything is built off of, where Bitcoin seems to be just a financial exchange of value, right? To me, my understanding of what that is. Now, he even mentions this is really heady stuff and really hard to really grasp. And again, this is why I don't try too hard to grasp it. However, I'm in total support that I actually believe Ethereum will have a great run and potentially be bigger than Bitcoin, simply because it actually is the fundamental part of cryptocurrency, which is blockchain that things can be built off of and have transparency. People talked a lot about, a couple years ago that blockchain was going to take over title and escrow paperwork, that we were going to do real estate transactions and you weren't going to have an escrow officer. I don't know if it'll ever get to there. I think there's potential per what people are saying in the articles I've read and what I keep up with, but I do believe it will to some level change industries because of the transparency of all of this. Now, I've actually invested a lot of money to spend some personal time with Gary Vee, and he's actually genuinely one of my favorite people in the world, not just because his success and how he's such a great entrepreneur, but quite honestly his philosophy on life and happiness. And I actually believe in this video he is correct. I, like him, don't know enough about it to make major points, but I will tell you I've made my investments in some of the bigger names like Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it has paid off well. Now, I wish I went a lot heavier into them, obviously, as they have been skyrocketing, but I'm like Gary. I believe it's going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger over time. If you look at the history of just Bitcoin itself, it has a reputation in a historical footprint to see these massive swings where it goes up a massive amount, 200, 300%, and then drops back down 80%. And it goes back up 200, 300% and drops back down 70%. And so that historically has been proven to be accurate. Will that continue to happen? I'm uncertain. The biggest difference that he doesn't talk about in this video or his video is simply the institutional money is now at play. The big boys have gotten in the game. The JP Morgans, Merrill Lynch's and other are actually in the game now, and that really does change the game here. Listen, I'm really excited about this. This is causing a lot of news. It is everywhere. If you're interested in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, you name it, do your research. That is the best advice I can give you. I've done as much as I can handle to make the investments that I've made, but listen, Gary's on point there. I really appreciate what he's done in keeping in the know about this stuff to keep us updated. Stay safe when you invest. Make sure you have security. Don't invest all in one thing. Make sure your investment portfolio is laid out. Real estate, cryptocurrency, stocks, and whatever else you decide to invest in. For me, sports cards has been a pretty big investment, as well as an Amazon business that I'm in. So I'm in a bunch of different investments to spread out what I personally do. I would really suggest that for you. And ultimately, I think this is all about building massive, massive wealth so we can go live the life we choose, which is all about the freedom, baby. Hopefully this finds you well. If you like this one, smash the like button. Make sure to hit the like button. If you have any comments, comment below, and make sure to subscribe. If you're interested in real estate investing, specifically real estate investing, make sure to head over to my website, thescienceofflipping.com. A ton of free resources over there at thescienceofflipping.com. I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.